Hi guys, I wanted to do a video on one important aspect of house design if you are interested in looking to reduce the heat inside your home, and that is the location of windows and how you place your house on your plot of land. And I wanted to go around each side of my house just to illustrate the good and the bad. This, what you're seeing here, this is the back of our house and it faces south. Because it faces south, I only put small windows here. These are actually the back of bedrooms, and obviously the small windows higher up are two bathrooms, one for each of the two bedrooms. The overhang you see here is about 1 metre, a bit over 1 metre, and in my opinion it is not enough. If I had my time over, I would make it 1.5 metres. So that's a tip for anyone looking to build. Anything under 1 metre I don't think does the job here in Thailand. These windows do get sun, even though it's there's a lot of greenery this side of the house that we deliberately planted. So it does, those windows do still get some sun now, but this is what for Thailand in the north passes as winter, so it doesn't have any impact on the internal temperatures of the house. In the hot season, every time I do a video, either someone starts a tractor or the ice cream man comes. Anyway, in the hot season, because the sun is higher passing across the southern sky, these windows are in the shade, so it's not a problem. It's only in the sort of autumn and in between seasons that you might, because the sun's lower, you'll get some impact, but it's of no particular concern. This wall running down the house is the westerly wall, and it's westerly walls, and it is the one that if you're going to make any effort to reduce the heat in your home from direct sunlight, the westerly aspect is the one you need to give the most impact to. You really need to focus on this. This blank wall you see here is actually a bedroom, and the natural design of this would have been to put a window here, but because it's facing west, I didn't, which makes total sense. The last thing you want is that hot setting sun warming up your bedrooms, which is where you're going to be sleeping in a few hours. You can see the dappled light on this wall, which shows, it's 4:30 at the moment, which shows how that hot setting sun would hit a window if there was one here. The other thing we've done is extensively planted up, these are golden palms, extensively planted up on the western side to protect the wall, even though it's a double AAC block wall and doesn't let any heat in. This extra protection I think is worthwhile. Walking down the western side, this is the only window which opens into our sort of outside dining area. Not that we use it a lot. I have a small outside oven, a Thai cooktop if my wife wants to cook particularly enthusiastic Isan dishes, which are pretty smelly, and a Western barbecue. So although this window does face west, it's set in 5 meters from the overhang, and actually this is northwest. So it does, in the early days before all this greenery took hold, it did used to get sun coming in, and there's nothing I could do about that. Used to close the curtains. These days, as you can see, it's sitting in the shade because of the greenery we've planted up. The window, the main window for that bedroom I spoke about, rather than being on that westerly wall, faces north into this area, so it gets no sun, which is what you want. And then another blank wall on the western side. This is the lounge room, and once again could have easily had a window facing this way, but doesn't, because it faces west. It's not rocket science. If you can get away with not having windows facing west, then don't have windows facing west. It just amazes me, some people who just give no thought to this sort of stuff. It's so basic. This is our living area. This is north facing. So we do have an overhang. The overhang here is much more to do with rain. And obviously once you get into the hot season, the sun is pretty well overhead. So do plan, if you can, to put your living areas as much as possible on the northern side, which is the coolest side of your house. We've only recently added this extension to the roof, and it's made such a difference. It's a beautiful area overlooking these lovely established gardens. So walking down, and I have a large, this is the main window that, it's a 3.6 metre window that provides light to the living room. So facing north, no problem, because it never gets sun. We have a koi pond here, with a bridge that comes across from the rest of the garden. So you walk across the bridge to get to the house. And then here, this is our main living area, and actually faces east, which was part of the original design. East is fine. You'll get early morning sun, but providing you have wide eaves, the sun will move above the eaves early in the morning. So the very early morning sun, although not ideal, is obviously cooler. So that getting into your living or outside areas is not the same sort of problem as it would be on the west. But we have again planted up extensively on this eastern side, and these walls get no sunshine. So these living areas are actually very livable. And we have a main bedroom window which faces east but gets no sun, and a kitchen window which faces east but gets no sun. And then this outside living area, which is 8 by 8 meters. And we live here far more than we do inside. A beautiful area, and so livable because it's in the shade. Had we designed this to be on the western side, it would be unlivable from about 3 o'clock onwards in the hot season. So don't just be passive about designing your home around the 4 points of the compass. If you've got windows that face west, make sure that if possible you get rid of them, and on the southern side make sure your overhang is at least 1.5 meters, and on the eastern side do the same as we've done, which is put these extensive overhangs, eaves, which give you living spaces outside which are actually livable. This is 4 meters. So the combination of the greenery plus the overhang gives total protection to the windows, and it ends up being a very cool house. Now, for some of you, none of this is of any importance, and I don't care. Build a hothouse if you want. But for others, I know this is a priority, and working through positioning your windows in relation to what the sun is doing is such an easy and totally free way of achieving a cooler house. Thanks for watching. All the best.